It's Lomi and Sylvester Falkers. Sylvester, you shared your testimony with me the other day on how you were totally down and out. You had no money. You lost your jobs. You had no job, and then suddenly you had a job, and then the Lord started providing for you, and you were given a house. How did that work?
Okay, short and sweet, it was a challenge that we were moving from house to house. We didn't have a place and thought that the house we moved in was our place, just to find out that we have to move again for no reason. But yeah, and that's when I started to sought the Lord to say, Father, I want my own house, but I want it debt free. I don't want to go to a bank or anything, but whatever you will tell me or show me to do, I'll do that. And the Lord challenged me to sow my salary, and I've sowed it, and that was one Friday. And just the Thursday, while still working, the Lord said, I must go now for the house, for my house. And I was shocked, and I went to a place up in Westbourne Road for this attorneys, and I've asked them questions, and I said, no, I'm here for a house, and they said, no, you were here before, but yeah, here's your house. And at the end of the day, it just had, we just had to sign for the house, and there was no money involved.
Sure. But then you had the house for a period of time, and then you always wanted to build your own houses, and you want to work free. And then you thought, well, you're going to sell the house and take the profit and use it towards another house. But what did the Lord say to you then?
Yeah, when in this house that the Lord provided, the first house, we stayed there for 9 years, exactly 9 years. And then that's when the Lord said, it's time to let go of the house. And I didn't know why, but one buyer just came in and he said he wants the house, and he's up until this day in the house. But the deep thing that the Lord shared with me concerning that was, I looked at the years that we lived there. It was exactly 9, and the Lord said that's how long it takes a woman to give birth. So it's a starting of a new life for you. Just trust in me. And yeah, it happened from there. And we sold the house, and the Lord said, we have to sell the money. Yeah, I was shocked.
All the money, the whole profit?
Yeah, everything. We didn't have a place to stay or anything. There was no plan after that. No plans. And yeah, it was a tough thing, but thanks unto my wife, it stood the test of time.
And the children?
Yeah, definitely.
So you sowed all that money, and then you started building your first house in Overbarkens, isn't it so?
Yes, before that, we just took a drive through Fairview. We heard about this place, Fairview, and we met up with this agent. Just like that, it just happened. And she said, no, must take this plot, and we said no, and she still said no, there's another one down in Redbud. And when we got there, it's like we said, both of us, my wife and myself, said it's fine, we're gonna take this one. We still, I didn't have the money, but we signed up front, like an offer to purchase up front, and yeah, it came through, and we got the land, but not the money to build and no place to live still. But the Lord provided for us a place that we rented. It was back in Calvin Park now for 1 year. And I said, Father, I want this place done. I'm just gonna rent for 1 year, and I'm gonna be in my house. And for 1 year exactly, we moved out into a house that the Lord provided for us. We started to build. Some people came in, they blessed us with material, bricks, cement, money for the labor for the guys, and yeah, and the list goes on.
And now you are You are really debt free. You don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah.
And you're a giver because you've been sowing into my life big time, yeah, into Project Food Lockdown, feeding people, using your own petrol money to ride up and down. But you are now building, this house that you're building now is your how manyth house that you're building now?
Yeah.
So fourth house since you sowed all that money
Yes.
from the 9-year investment.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the best thing for people to do when it comes to trusting the Lord in their finances?
It's like I say, if God speaks, and He will never ask you something you don't have. There will always be something in your hand, like He spoke to Moses. What do you have in your hand? You see, so, and for us, it was like, in my philosophy concerning this is that whatever I have, it's the Lord's. So I'm just a mere steward. So whenever He calls for whatever, the house, the park, whatever we have, it must go.
Folks, that is an amazing testimony. Did you hear what he said? He first gave a whole month's salary. They had to move into a rented apartments, houses. Then the Lord gives him a house. He lives in it for 9 years and sells it, and he gives every cent of his money to the Lord that he made. What a step of faith. And now he has, to cut it short, 4 houses paid off fully. That is, how many of you would like to have 4 houses? How many would like to live in a home that's debt-free? Now, I want to read you a couple of scriptures, NIV, 2 Corinthians 9:7. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. I'm not asking you to do what the Falcons did because they heard from God. I'm asking you to trust the Lord with minimum of your tithe. Some people say, well, we're not under law, we don't have to tithe. Oh, so Jesus died, now you don't have to give anything. What a stupid idea. Because Jesus died, I want to give, me and my wife, we give more than our tithe, much more. But anyway, you don't just try and mimic this guy. Get the faith that this couple had. And then it goes on. Listen to what it says in 1 Chronicles 29:14. But who am I, says David, and who are my people that we should be able to give as generously as this? Who are we that we should be so blessed? Everything comes from you, and you have given, and we have given you only what comes from your hand. Oh, everything you've got is God's. And then the third one is Proverbs 18:16, NIV. Have you ever read this? A gift opens the way and ushers the giver into the presence of the great. I don't know if I have to say anymore. All I'm saying is, don't try and copy this guy. If God tells you to give your salary, do it. But only do it if God speaks to you. But you must give your tithe and your offering as a minimum to the Lord, and say, what you've done for the Velkers, you can do for me. Brother and Sister Velker, you are a testimony to me. You're an encouragement to my faith. Given it shall be given unto you. What an amazing testimony. Over to you, Richard.